without wasting much time, I would just hand it over to Jitin, who will now get started.
Thank you so much,
Over to you,
Shweta.
Jitin.
Thank you so much. Before we begin, I could actually read some questions coming in on the topic that we are covering today, but we will take breaks in between to answer those questions. So let's just begin. Next slide, please. So today's agenda basically covers two broader topics. The first topic is AdSense basic pillars, which will basically talk about do's and don'ts for a quick site approval and also managing your AdSense account. And then we'll also look at most common reasons for policy violation. I guess there would be a lot of questions on this, so we will cover them in the Q&A session after a few slides. The second broader topic that we are covering today is best practices to optimize your ads and ad revenue. So under this, we will look at three things, which is ad review center, use of auto ads, and opportunities and AdSense labs. So these are three important tools which AdSense provides for publishers to grow your revenue. So let's move ahead. So what are four basic pillars for AdSense? So there are four basic things or pillars that we should keep in mind when we are using AdSense as a tool. The first one is ownership and verification. The word is self-explanatory. If you're using an AdSense account, the account should be yours as well as the site. The second most important pillar is the traffic quality. The quality of traffic determines whether you will succeed on AdSense monetization or not. So traffic quality is something that you need to focus on always. Ensure there is good quality traffic. Third is content quality. Content quality is basically the content that you publish on the site, how good the content is. And fourth pillar is site navigation, which is basically the user experience when the user visits your site. So we will go deeper into all four pillars in the coming slides. Next, please. Okay, pillar number one, which is ownership and verification. So what does it say? It says identify yourself as the owner of the site. So if you're applying for an AdSense account or applying to monetize a website, you need to be an owner of the site. You can't use anyone else's site to use an AdSense account. So that's that's point one. Verify your site on AdSense by adding a script. Monetizing, once you start monetizing, before you begin the monetization, what you need to do is ensure that you're adding a script when you add a site on your AdSense account on the web page header. Apply and get PIN verification done. So this is very important. The monetization revenue would only be paid to you once you are PIN verified on the AdSense console. Verify yourself in Google Search Console. So this is also very important for success in AdSense, that your site is on Search Console, which leads to better indexing of content. Ensure that you're putting ads.txt file on your site. So again, very crucial tool to make sure that the demand side knows that it's all verified, and where they are, it's a direct or a reseller inventory that is available for the buyers. And ensure it's one account per publisher. So don't apply for multiple accounts. Make sure that every publisher has this one account, and there you can add multiple sites. Next. Now that we know what verification is, let's look at traffic quality. Now, traffic quality is basically to maintain good quality, things that we should keep in mind. So to ensure that the traffic is good, these are a few points that you should keep in mind. Say no to auto refresh of pages. So I've seen a lot of publishers refresh pages through scripts. So that's not recommended at all. Make sure you get cookies consent acceptance. So there has to be a pop-up which basically let users accept the cookies are being stored on their browser. Say no to bot traffic. So yes, there are a lot of publishers that use bot traffic, which again Google detects very swiftly, and there are chances that it could lead to policy violations. So say no to it. Say no to any softwares, adwares, malware, or click jacking, which basically increases your click spam or ad request spam or impression spam. And fifth most important point is say no to hidden ads. So do not place an ad where there is a next button or something without mentioning or giving enough space for ad visibility and button visibility. That's some points on traffic quality. Now let's look at content quality. This is the third pillar, which on AdSense. Content quality. To ensure good content quality, keep in mind four things. EEAT. So that's EEAT. It stands for experience. How a publisher, what kind of experience does the publisher has, and what experience does it give to the user? It stands for expertise. How expert you are in terms of content that you're publishing. What is your authority in terms of publishing content, and the trust that users have on your content. So if you keep these four things in mind while producing content, it is considered as a good quality content. There are a few more points that you should keep in mind. Provide value, unique content experience. Uh, it's not necessary that all lengthy content is good. Short content can also, add good amount of value. Maintain content identity. So if you're putting content on sports, so make sure all there's a category that you contain sports, where all sports content is there. It's not jumbled. So sports should not have a finance or a medical content. Create rich quality content. Now this is also very important and crucial, which is adding infographics, graphs, polls, which create user engagement, is considered as a good practice. And be consistent and regularly update the content. Don't make a site, put content today, and then after 3 months coming back and just putting another content, is something that we do not recommend. Next, Pinto, if you can change the screen. Yeah. Continuation to content quality. Now that we know what are good things that we need to keep in mind, let's just look at some bad things that we should avoid. We should not replicate the content. Means if you put a content which is quite popular or viral today, you come back after 3 months and just copy and put it back again on the website on a new date. That's not recommended at all. Do not copy, publish scrapped content. Do not look at other sites and just copy the content and put it. Or do not just take the content from the agencies and sources that you're working with and just put without putting it on the site without adding any value. So just make sure you add value. Do not engage in publishing dangerous, illegal, and sexually explicit, abusive content. All these things are actually not good signals on terms of content quality. Next, Pinto. Now, we've covered three pillars of AdSense, right? Which is basically verification, traffic, and content. Now, let's look at the fourth pillar, which is navigation. Now, why is navigation needed? Navigation basically optimizes user experience of the users who are coming to your website. So that's very crucial, right? A well-structured navigation bar ensures easy access for all users, right? So you have navigation buttons and navigation bars. If it's well-structured, it's much easier for users to discover more content and spend more time on your website, which improves visit depth. Uh, Seamless across devices. Navigation is smooth, responsive on all screens, from mobile to tablets to desktop. So make sure that the navigation is super smooth when the content is being consumed by the user on the website. uh, Optimize for readability, right? Your text content should be clear, easy to read, and enhance user experience and engagement, right? So that's the motive when you're using any fonts, or when you're using a text font size or a color background. Make sure that readability is precise, and ensure accuracy on all navigational buttons and clicks. So if you're putting a click which leads to a specific section or a picture gallery or anything like a poll, make sure that the click is actually working and giving the right direction. So these are basically four pillars of AdSense and site maintenance that you should keep in mind when using the product's AdSense. Next slide, Minta. Now that we have gone through the four pillars, let's just do a quick recap, which basically tells us what are the most common reasons for policy violation. So if there's no verification on AdSense Search Console, could lead to a policy violation. If there's high amount of bad, invalid quality traffic, again can lead to a policy violation. When there's low quality content, scrapped content, or duplicate content, again a no-no. Applying multiple AdSense accounts is again something that publishers should avoid, and is not considered a good practice. Excess of ad unit placements on one particular site or a page, again, is something that can lead to a policy violation. And low and no value via content on the site is again something that's not recommended and can lead to a policy violation. So that's what we know now about AdSense, the tool, and some best practices to apply and maintain site. Cool. So now that we've looked at four principles for AdSense and policy violation uh, things. Let's move forward and let's look at best practices to optimize your ads. Next. So, like I said, here also we have distributed it into four key AdSense optimization tools. The first one is an ad review center. It basically allows you to review the ads that are running on your website, right? The tool is very important. There are some ads that do not gel with your content, so you can block them in this ad review center. The second tool that we'll cover in this presentation is auto ads. Auto ads is again a very important tool which allows you to automatically generate ads on the website at good placements. The third one is opportunities and experiments, which basically gives you opportunities to experiment between different formats and different products that AdSense has. And AdSense Lab again is a very exciting tool. It basically showcases new upcoming products on AdSense and ad formats, which can actually help you generate incremental revenue. So next. So what is Ad Review Center? Ad Review Center is is basically a section on your AdSense account, which basically allows you to review the ads that have been shown or are being shown on your website. Now, these ads can actually help you understand the kind of interaction that the user is having on these kind of ads and whether they gel with your content. So that's something it allows you to do. It allows you to control ad quality. So if you see some ads which are not appropriate for your content on the site, you can block them. And it also has filters that can basically allow you to choose what kind of ads would you like on your website. So that's Ad Review Center for you. Next. Auto ads. Now, the second point that we recommend for best practices is activating auto ads. What are auto ads? Auto ads are basically, as the word describes, this is a single piece of code that you put on your site, and Google AdSense automatically shows ad at various places which they consider are good for best revenue, right? So it includes formats. Some formats are like anchor ads, which are basically on top or bottom. Then you have side rail ads, which are basically on the gutter side, sorry. And then you have the vignette ads, which are basically interstitial ads that come on your website. You can also choose between banner ads and multiplex ads. So multiplex ads are basically multiple ads in one size, which can be put at the end of the content, and banner ads are traditional IAB size banner ads. uh, I have a quick poll here. Just wanted to understand how many of the publishers attending this are actually using auto ads. The poll is live. I would request everyone to answer it. People are commenting that we are using it. I would request them to put it on the poll. It will just give us an insight in terms of.
If there are some of you struggling with the poll, I'll just let you know that you see towards the right, the bottom right side, there's a triangle, square, and a circle. Just click on that, and you'll be able to see the poll there.
All right. So we'll end the poll in the next few seconds. So it's pretty interesting. There are 70% people actually using auto ads and getting the benefits of it, but there are still good 31% people who are actually not using auto ads. So I guess this presentation would help you understand auto ads and the benefits of it, and you should definitely try it. Uh, Moving on to the next slide. What are the benefits of auto ad, right? It is a tool to potentially increase your ad revenue by integrating formats which automatically come on your page. They are easy to use and implement. Like I said, just one code script on the site allows you to implement auto ads. They let you tailor ads to your site requirements. So you can exclude pages, you can exclude areas of the content where you don't want to show ads. So that capability it allows you to control in it. And they are desktop and mobile friendly, so it's not just mobile, they are available on all platforms and all screen sizes, and you can control the type of ads that you want to show. So all these elements and benefits actually help you generate incremental revenue. Next, the another important section which is there, it is called ad load. Now, what is ad load? When you activate auto ads, you also have a control to ensure that what number of ads are you showing on a particular page. So you can actually choose if you want more ads or less ads. Please note that ad load is also dependent on the content value that you have on the page. So system understands what kind of a content it is there, how many paragraphs it's the content is, and then basically automatically adjusts the number of ads that are coming into it. That's what ad load does. Let's move forward and walk you through the demo of the ad review center and auto ad. So I'll ask Pinto to take this up and walk you through a demo.
Thank you, Jitin. Very insightful information that you have shared with our publisher. And hello, everyone. And I'm excited to join with you this year also. And let me walk you through on the ad review center and auto ads, and we'll see what are the best practices that we will be able to do to increase the user experience and revenue on your account. So let's start with Ad Review Center. So once you log in into your AdSense account, you just need to go into the left menu bar where you'll be able to see Brand Safety tab. Need to click on Brand Safety and it will take you to the content section where you'll be having two options, Ad Review Center and Blocking Control. So you need to click on Ad Review Center. The moment you'll click on Ad Review Center, it will allow you to see the kind of advertisement that are running on your account. And it will have a collective of ads which are running on multiple sites. If you have multiple sites, consolidatedly, the ads are running into your website. So you will be able to see what kind of advertisement those are running. So now let's take an example of one of the ads. So let's see how it works. You will be able to go ahead and see the analytics of this particular ad. So the kind of information that you'll be getting for this particular ad is what size of ad it is running, what type of ad it is, what is the destination URL for this advertisement, and what are the matrices available, like what kind of impression that has been served, and you'll be able to get the performance information as well for the advertisement. So based on your review, if you want to go ahead and block any independent ad, you will be able to do it from here only. You will be able to select multiple ads and you will be able to block it from here. However, if you want to get more insight about what advertiser is leading for this particular advertisement, you just need to click on three dots here and it will allow you to get more insights about this advertisement. So if you can click on advertiser URL, you'll be able to see the information on the next tab. So these all advertisements are running from the advertiser. And if you want to block it, you just need to go ahead and block every ad from here. I'll go here also. So this is how you will be able to block, review the ads. And then once you make up your mind that you identified what kind of advertisement that you want to block, or probably what kind of advertisers that you want to block, then you need to go to the next tab, which is blocking control. So once you click on blocking control, it will allow you to block the users, the advertisement based on advertiser URL. You will be able to block categories, sensitive category and general category. You can also block the advertisement based on the ad network on which they are running and the kind of ad formats that are available. You will be able to block based on the ad format as well. So I'll walk you through on one of the example here. If you can go ahead and click on category section, it will allow you to go into category section. Here you will be able to get a lot of categories which are available on which the ads are getting served. By default, all the general categories are allowed to serve the advertisement. If you want to block any of it, you just need to go and click on toggle button and it will block the category. And you just need to go ahead and you have blocked the entire category on your account. Having said that, the tip for reviewing the ads and blocking control is that there are two things that you need to keep in mind. One would be that you are not going and uh, restricting the general categories or the main category on the page. However, you will be trying to identify the subcategories on which those kind of advertisement is running, and you will be blocking subcategories and not the main category. If you'll be blocking main category, then probably the chances is that you'll be able to see downfall on your fill rate and the impressions. Also, we will be covering an experiment section and would request whenever you will be identifying the categories or the kind of advertisement that you will be able to block, rather than going and immediately blocking it, I would be requesting that you go and use the experiment tab, where you will be able to identify if you'll be blocking something, what kind of revenue and user experience impacting with the strategy that you will be following. So we will be covering the experiment there. So that's all from the ad review center. Let's move on to auto ad. So on your AdSense account, under ads, you will be able to see a tab which is by site. So here you will be able to get the all list of your websites that are there on AdSense monetization. So I'll be choosing one of the website, and by default for this website, the auto ad is off. So you just need to click on this pen button and it will take you to the another screen where you will be getting this snapshot of the home page of your website. So there are two screens on which you will be able to see the snapshot of your website on mobile and on desktop layout. Once you go ahead and enable the auto ad, it will allow you to play around with different ad formats. So we have three different ad formats available: intent driven format, overlay format, and in page format. So we will be going one by one. We'll start with intent driven format. What is intent driven format? Intent driven format is a link, anchor, or chips that are automatically placed on your web page and show organic search results. So now if I'll be clicking again on this, see, this is the kind of ad intent that is showing on your website pages. You have three options to optimize this intent driven format. The first option is allow ad intent link to be inserted into existing text on the page. The second option is allow ad intent anchor to be placed on your page. And third would be allow ad intent chips to be placed at the end of paragraph of the page. So among these three, you will be able to choose the format that you want to implement for intent driven ad format. However, my recommendation would be you will be selecting uh, all three of them. So the next format that we will be looking at is overlay format. So these overlay format are basically ads that appear over page without affecting your layout. So there are three options available: anchor ads, side rail ads, and vignette ad. Anchor ad is the ad that stick on the top or bottom edge of your layout or the screen. Side rails are the ads that stick on the sidebar of the page. This particular ad format is basically publishers are using on desktop layout of your website. And the third option is vignette ad. That's a full page, full screen ad that appears in between the page load. Now that you have make up your mind and you have already decided which ad you will be able to select, uh, there are other things that you will be able to do on the overlay formats that you are using. You will be able to choose on which pages you do not want to show this ad. So you just need to go into exclude pages. Let's say if you want to exclude the home page, you do not want to show these ad format on the home page. What you just need to do is click on add exclusion and put the URL of your home page, and that's it. On the home page, this format will not going to run. So, and then because these are overlay formats and you believe that overlay format may hamper the user experience of your website, you have the flexibility to set up the frequency for your vignette ads, and that would be on a time frame. If you want to show a user vignette ad, let's say after 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that depends how you'll be flexible enough to show the vignette ad to your user. You'll also have a flexibility where if you want, you can turn off the anchor and vignette ad on the desktop for the desktop users. So you just need to click on this and it will allow you to turn off the uh, anchor and vignette ad for your users in desktop. So that's all on overlay format. Let's move on, and we have another ad format which is in page format. In page formats are basically ads that are running on your content driven pages, so article pages, category pages. There are three sections of it. There are three types of ads which are running: banner ad, multiplex, and related search. So banner ads are ads that appear within the main content of the page. Multiplex are, as Jitin mentioned, multiplex as are native ads that appear as a grid, and it will allow you to have content as well, so that it will improve the page per session. Also, you'll be able to choose related search, which is navigational unit. And here also, you'll be able to get an option to exclude or include certain pages. On the previous slide, Jitin has mentioned about the ad load. So you'll be getting an option to set the frequency of the ads which you want to deliver for your users. So if you'll be putting it max, which means that Google will be placing the ads appropriately wherever the user are interacting. However, you will be able to play around with the ad load. The tip for the day on the auto ad is that if you'll be allowing Google to optimize your existing inventory ad units, then what Google will do is Google will try to identify the user behavior on your website, and Google will place the advertisement on the best placement where you'll be able to see a good viewability and a good engagement from the user side. So whenever you'll be using auto ad, just check if you are already using, if you have given Google permission to optimize your inventory. If not, let's go ahead and do it. So That's all on the auto ad front. Uh, Back to the slides, and
Thank you, Pinto. Uh, Yeah. Next, please. So now that we've looked at auto ads, let's look at a few more sections which are very crucial for ad revenue improvement via using AdSense. So the section that we'll talk about now is opportunities. Opportunities is basically a section where Google understands your content uh, and gives you suggestions in terms of what you can do to optimize your revenue. It basically you can explore customized recommendations that could boost your ad revenue, create, run, analyze A/B test experiments directly into your AdSense account. So in your AdSense account, you can actually run these experiments. Next slide. So this is how the optimization tab looks like in terms of experiments. You can actually choose auto optimize on, which basically lets the AdSense account optimize and run experiments regularly to make sure that the revenue that you get is at par. You can only look at suggestions and recommendations and do the implementation yourself, and you can actually turn it off. The other important tool for optimization is basically it allows you to look at what percentage of traffic actually goes under this experiment. So you can actually show experiments to n number of users, which is maximum 50. Next, the fourth most important part of the AdSense tool is the AdSense Lab. It basically allows publishers to experiment with new and experimental ad formats or functionalities. These experiments help publisher enhance their revenue and increase the user experience. So there are multiple formats that are available in labs, which could be, link ads, which allow you users to, based on keywords that are there on the page, it matches the keyword and creates a link ad. So that's something that is a new format that you should explore. Please note that not all features are available on all publisher accounts. Participation in labs is voluntary, so you need to go into your lab section and apply and activate it. And labs features are typically temporary, and their performance can vary based on publishers and based on site content. Next. The one more important best practice tip that we recommend all our publishers is basically not to use a fixed size ad. Instead of using a fixed size as from AdSense, use a responsive ad, which basically has auto width and height adjustments. This allows you to increase your eCPM as compared to a fixed size ad, which is basically restricting the demand to a particular size and fill rates. What we have seen is around 45% growth in terms of eCPMs when a responsive is used over a fixed size. Next, let's Pinto, if you can just walk them through the opportunities and ad labs. I think we are short on time, so
sure. So let's start with the experiment section. So to make an experiment, you just need to go into the optimization tab and you need to click on experiment. So there are two ways to do the experiment. The first way is that you will be allowing Google to go ahead and do the experiment on your behalf based on the user experience and the opportunity that Google will be able to see. The second option is that you will be able to create your own experiment. So let's start with the auto optimization tab, which will allow Google to make an experiment on your behalf. So once you click on this, it will allow you to go into the page where just give me a sec. I'm currently experiencing a technical issue here. Just give me a moment. I'm refreshing my page again. Okay, I'm just going into this. Okay, yeah, cool. So as Jitin was talking about on the slide, this is the option that are available. We have three options to allow Google to optimize the experiment on your behalf. So you will be able to choose the first option if you allow Google to make an experiment and take a decision accordingly and apply that decision on the based on the result that is coming. You will be able to uh, go for an option where Google will be making an experiment, and then you will be deciding whether you want to choose that experiment to further apply it on your web page or not. And then the third option which is available is that you do not want to run auto experiment by Google, so you will be able to off it. And that's it on the Google front. We'll be going back and see how you will be making an experiment by your own. So you just need to go and click on new experiment, and it will take you to a page where you will be able to see your website listed. And this is specifically for experimenting on the auto ads. So right now, if I can see here, the website Readware is there. I just need to click on this and click on select site and create an experiment. So here, whatever you'll be choosing the format, that should not be something that you have already by default activated for this particular website initially. So let's say if I have not chosen side rail, so I'll be choosing the variant side rail here, and I'll be turning off, not turning off. So let me turn off the anchor ad on the desktop. So that's how I will be able to create this particular experiment. And I just need to click on start experiment, and it will start rendering the experiment that I have set up for a specific period of time. And then you'll have an option whether you want to continue with the result that you got, or you want to stay away with the kind of result that you are getting. Now that we have spoken about the experiment, let's move on to lab. So lab is a feature that may or may not available on your AdSense account. So lab is something that you need to enable on your account. If you want to enable it, you need to reach out to a GCPP partner like us, and we will be helping you to get it enabled. Into the lab, you'll be able to get the new features that Google is going to be providing to the all the publishers. So there are two sections of it: enable lab and retired lab. On enable lab, these are the features that are newly available for the publishers who have access to the lab, and you will be playing around with it. And once those new feature will be added to the rest of the AdSense publisher, it will go into the retired lab information. So would request you just check and see if you have lab available, and if you have this, enable all the options, and you need to keep coming and checking for the new lab opportunities that Google will be provided on your account. So that's it on the lab and experiment tab. Coming back to the slide, and over to Jitin.
Thank you, Pinto. Now that we've looked at the demo on AdSense, let's just quickly go through some ad placements and implementation tips that we have for you. Next. So what are best ad placements? Placing ads in above the fold or integrating native ads or near call to action, which improves your performance. So ad placements are very crucial for any ad revenue success. So what we recommend is put ads on above the fold, which is basically when the site loads on the top section. Integrate native ads, which blends well with your content and improves the call to action. These are some suggested best ad placements, like I said, above the fold within the content. So this is where native comes in. End of content ad. So wherever the content is getting finished, you can have an ad there. because people have read the content. Site bars, which is the gutter space on desktop, header or footer ads that you can look at, and anchor sticky ads, which are always there on the site, can command you good revenue and ECPM. Next. So before you share your questions, these are some ad formats that we demonstrated. Display, in feed, in article, multiplex, and search. Search ads are really good. You can actually use your search bar, which is on the site, and configure search ads on that. Yeah, that's it.